going to be songs pick my TBR for the week. I just thought of this. I've not seen anybody else do it, but please let me know if you've seen anybody else do it and then I will give them the credit. But I just thought I want to pick some books to read inspired by songs that come up when I randomly shuffle my playlist. I'm thinking they can be picked from maybe the album cover, could look similar, the lyrics of a song, just like the vibe of a song. I just feel like would be really fun. I have got my TBR for the month. I just filmed that video, but I want to do some reading tonight, so I might as well start this video as well. I get up my current playlist, which I listen to all the time. This is the playlist that I go for. My music taste is mainly kind of R&B, hip hop, rap, a little bit Afro beats, that kind of vibe, which I don't really see a lot of the book girlies listening to my songs. So I'm gonna press shuffle and we're just gonna see what comes up. Let's see, what is it? Ooh, that's a good one. So this song, it's very sexual, I feel like, so we could go for a more smutty romance. I'm thinking we can go for a very smutty romance for this, which I do have a few. I'm gonna go see what books on my physical TBR would align with this song. I think I've managed to find one on my TBR for November which would fit, and that is The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson, because her books are very steamy. That song is very steamy, and just the nature of this book with him being an unmated alpha I think aligns to that level of freakiness. I'm gonna go with this one. This is out of my comfort zone because I think he's a wolf, but I don't know. I know Bride by Ali Hazelwood, he can turn into a wolf, and then people were saying this is similar. So that is all I'm going off, that's all I'm working with. So I'm going to go with this one. So I've decided I'm actually just going to film all the picks now, so I know what my TBR for the week is looking like. So let's go randomly shuffle again. I think what I'm going to do is just go from this and shuffle. There are Boy Next Door songs on here that I'm going to have to skip showing you if they come up, because his album cover will not be allowed on YouTube. So let's see. I might have to look first to check it's not the Boy Next Door cover. It's the Boy Next Door cover. Do you know what? I'm just going to skip the Boy Next Door songs. Okay, we've got Make You Smile by D Block Europe and AJ Tracy. Okay, I feel like this could be a cutesy romance. I don't want to play these songs to get copyrighted, but I want to Make You Smile, Take You Out, Like My Lady with Melanin, yeah. So we could do a black author. We could do a POC author. That could be really fun actually for this little prompt. Get a book with some diversity representation. I've decided to go for Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, because Kennedy Ryan is a black author. I think the characters in this, Yasmin and Josiah, are black or mixed race, so this I think works with the song. I'm being very specific with lyrics. The whole song is not about that, but it just kind of can relate by any means, because if you don't know the songs, I just kind of have to give you something to go off. Have I read a Kennedy Ryan before? Are they Kennedy Ryan? I've read Long Shot. Actually, I'm going to show you my copy of Long Shot because I just think that man is chef's kiss. So I've read that one. I've not read any other books by Kennedy Ryan, but that was an emotional roller coaster. So I think this one is quite heartbreaking. I think it's like a deep romance, so that'll be a nice change from The Fake Mate. So yeah, this is going to be the one I read next. The last song we're going to do is going to be, what's it? Oh, Fire and Desire by Drake. Fire and Desire, that is telling me a fantasy book. I'm going with like a romantasy book. We've got options. Has this one got any kind of fire element? No, but it is enemies to lovers. Oh, and it does say desire. I'm gonna go with this one. This is The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee. This is enemies to lovers, relentless danger, forbidden passion, and intoxicating allure of enemies to lovers. Will do me for fire and desire. That is, I'm taking inspiration from just the song name purely for this song, but that's okay. So yeah, this is going to be the third and final book that I read in this reading vlog. I feel like this is a good TBR for the week. This is looking real fun for the week. I'm very, very happy with them. So I will check in with you when I have updates for these books. I'm 100 pages into The Fake Mate, which was our first song pick, and it follows two doctors. I think I know they have specific professions in the book, but that's out of my depth. So it's two doctors and they're both shifters, which I had to Google. I've never read paranormal romance before, so I had to Google quite a few things in this book, but they're both shifters, which means, in case you don't know, like I didn't know, that they are wolves, but they can take the forms of humans as well. So there's two of them. One is an alpha, he is an alpha, she is an omega, which apparently is like the absolute like fiery passion between two wolves. She tells her grandma she has a boyfriend when she doesn't, and then name drops his name. So she goes to ask him, will you be my fake boyfriend for my grandma? And he agrees under the circumstance that she pretends to be his mate, which is very serious in wolf terms. Apparently that's like absolute end game. Pretends to be his mate so that he can keep his job. That is what we're following at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. I like both characters. He is a grump. It's Grumpy Sunshine, but I kind of like that. Also, I feel like when you're British, that's just how people behave. A lot of these American rom-coms are like Grumpy Sunshine. The grump's just normal. We don't really talk about our feelings here. He's fine. And she's also really sweet, and she's actually quite funny. I've giggled a couple times at this. And my only thing is that the chapters are seeming to drag a bit. I think they're a bit longer than I would have liked. Doing it so far, they've been to a social event together, which was really funny. Also, apparently, knotting is a thing, which I feel like I'm learning so much about this book. I've never read anything like this, but yeah, I will check in with you when I've read a little bit more, and we'll see how I'm feeling then. I'm just getting ready to go to Manchester for tonight. We're going to see Chicago at the theatre. I just thought I would give you a little reading update. I haven't actually got that much further than when I last checked in. I'm on page 150 now. To be honest, I'm just enjoying it. Like, I feel like some of the wolfy stuff, I don't really understand what's going on, but I like her writing style. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to take it with me. I don't know how far I'll get. I might finish it, I might not, but I'll check in with you when I come home. Ignore the wet hair. I actually cannot be bothered to dry my hair right now. I'm just going to check in with wet hair. I don't mind, you shouldn't mind either. I finished The Fake Mate and I'm giving it 4 stars. I'm giving it 4 stars. I feel like it was slow to get into, but that could have been me. I was quite busy over the last few days, but then I've literally just sat and consumed the whole end of the book, and I actually really, really enjoyed it. I don't know why it wasn't a 5 stars, but I just didn't get that 5-star feeling, but I really enjoyed the two characters. It was funny. The kind of subplot was really interesting. I feel like in every fake dating book you're going to get a third act conflict because everything starts coming to light. I feel like that played out quite well and it didn't annoy me too much. Also, I really enjoyed that Noah, that the guy in this, the way he progressed the relationship beyond fake dating. I really liked the way he went about that and the way that was construed. I give it 4 stars, which is a very good rating. So hopefully this video continues to have high ratings. Now I'm going to go on to read the second book that was chosen by a song, which is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. This, I think, is very different to this. I think this is like a deep romance. I believe they were married and then I think they find their way back to each other, which I love a second chance romance. Oh, they're co-parenting. Ooh, co-parenting with their 2 kids and running a thriving business together. I'm gonna start this. I'll check in with you. My boyfriend is coming here tonight for a few days, so I'll probably read this whilst he's here, so you might only get a check-in when he's gone, but that's okay. So I'm gonna start this now. I haven't checked in with this reading vlog in about a week because my boyfriend came over. On the last day he was here I fell really ill, and then honestly I've just been in my bed for like a week. I haven't been reading anything. I've literally just been watching Hallmark Christmas films, but I did manage to finish Before I Let Go whilst he was here. Luckily I took notes of my issues with this book because I would have forgotten by now. Overall, I did not get on with this book. I just didn't. I don't actually remember anything good about this book. I don't remember a single part that I really enjoyed. Upsetting because I know that so many people love this book. I swear when I was putting in my Goodreads review it had like 4.36 stars or something. It was really high, so I just didn't gel with it. Problems I had: the conversations didn't feel natural. This book covered topics of therapy, men in therapy, had divorce, mental health, like those topics, but it almost felt like the conversations between the characters was just a dump of the author's opinions on these topics. Like, it felt informational, it didn't flow, it wasn't natural. It just felt like I was reading like a self-help book. They'd be talking to the children about going to therapy and it would just be like a big information dump that was really cringe and felt like a bunch of Pinterest quotes about getting help. And like, I'm all for therapy, but I don't care for reading it in that manner. It's made out to be a conversation and it just feels like a lecture. I kind of was keeping a running commentary as I was reading it, so I've put 100 pages in and I'm bored. That's not great because I feel like the first 100 pages really set you up for the rest of the book, and I just was not interested. Like, I didn't want to pick it up, but I only picked it up so that I could finish it quicker. 200 pages in, I said it's very slow. Like, not a lot was happening. It was just boring. Like, maybe I'd be more interested in these topics if I was older, because they are an older couple with 2 kids and I can't relate to that. I said I can't say I'm sat here enjoying it, just getting through it, and it's true. Like, I wasn't, do you know sometimes when you're reading a really good book that you know you're gonna love, as you're reading it you're like, oh, this is so good, and you're just like having such a great time reading it. That was not the case. I was like, when is this gonna be over? I kept checking how long I've got left. Like, it was boring. Then I said it was reminding me of 7 Days in June, which I hated that book. That was just like a trauma dump. The characters had no connection. They were grown adults and I swear something happened with them in like a closet. I don't know. Hated it. Didn't get on with it. So if it's reminding me of that, no thank you. It felt like I was meant to be feeling these like intense emotions between the characters, but I literally felt nothing. Like, where was the connection? I barely liked either of them, to be honest, so it wasn't as if I was rooting for them, but I felt nothing. Like, I just was like, I was numb to everything. That's probably why it was so dull. I said they rekindle for the first time in 2 years and start to have a conversation they've been putting off for the 2 years, and then they start hooking up immediately. No. Like, I hate when books do that. Why are you doing that? Like, can we just have the conversation, please? Now I'm just thinking, this is shallow. This smut was cringe. He turned into something else when he was having a great time, because I just couldn't read it. Like, I was skim reading and still feeling sick. The smut was cringe, not very intimate, and I felt zero connection to either of the characters. If anything, I was disappointed in them both when they rekindled. True. They really let me down. Like, I was not interested in their story and I just thought, oh,
typical. In the end, I just wrote 1.5 stars, 0 connection. I was either bored or cringing, and to be honest, that is how I felt. I'm now going to start The Veiled Kingdom, and I will see how that goes. I didn't manage to pick it up whilst I've been away because I just wasn't in the mood to read. Like, I had a headache, like I just needed to absorb films and TV shows. I've been watching My Wife and Kids like on repeat, so. I look the exact same and I'm well aware of that, but I just read The Veiled Kingdom. I was on page 12 and then I decided to film a sit down and read with me for an hour for my TikTok, and I ended up finishing this. Don't ask. I think I just whizzed through it. It's on my TikTok if you want to see that video, but that is why I look the exact same, and I didn't really film any b-roll because I thought I'd get maybe 3/4 of the way through and then get back into this video, but it seems I whizzed through. I'm giving this a 1 star. Like, yeah, I got through it, but I think I only got through it because I was reading for an hour, like, consistently. It was a book talk book. It was cringy. I didn't really like the guy. He was a bit odd. I know what he was trying to be set up to be, and it just wasn't working for me. Like, he was meant to be the like protective, dominant leader, but it fell flat for me. I think also the girl in this, she was okay, but that's all she was. Like, she was just kind of bland. Like, didn't really like her, didn't really dislike her. The storyline, tell me why there was characters called Kai and Kit and Mika. That's just giving the Powerless trilogy. And the plot, was there any? Not really. I feel like they were just practicing fighting every scene, every day. At the end of the day, he'd be like, don't be late for training tomorrow. And then the next scene would be, I woke up and got dressed, I was exhausted, but I had to fight. Boring. And then like the kind of big, not even twist, but a big reveal at the end. Right at the end, like, I'm not kidding. They had a sexual scene, boom, plot twist. And I'm not, right, this might be a spoiler, it's not really though. So there's sex scene, he confesses the big reveal, and then she goes, it just says, so I ran. What do you mean, so I ran? I've got 0 interest in picking up the second book after this. But, I mean, the writing was simple. The writing wasn't a problem, so I probably would check out more stuff from this author, but this just wasn't for me, which is so disappointing because that means 2 out of 3 of the books I read in this are a 1 star. They're 1 star reads for me, which is so disappointing. So I read The Fake Mate, Before I Let Go, and The Veiled Kingdom. So I had 1 4-star and 2 1 stars. That's a shame. But that concludes the end of this reading vlog. So I really hope you enjoyed this little video. Let me know if you want me to do it again, because I did find it really fun picking books based on the songs. And yeah, it's a shame that these books weren't for me, but books aren't always going to be for me. I'm starting to think maybe it's a me problem, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on these books if you've read any of them. How did you get on with them? I will speak to you very, very soon. Bye.